Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we return to the tragic story of Philando Castile, a young black man who was shot and killed by a police officer in a traffic stop last summer. I linked to my original video in the description below, but here's a quick recap for now. The Philando Castile shooting gained notoriety last summer when his girlfriend streamed the fallout on Facebook Live.
He's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet.
In the video, which started after the shooting, Diamond Reynolds claims the cop shot Philando when he was reaching for his ID. Come to find out, Philando was carrying a concealed weapon, which he told the cop about beforehand. Then when he reached for his gun, the cop got scared and shot him. Sure, 7 shots is overkill, but you guys get the point. What happened next is where the story really begins to take off. Once the girlfriend named Diamond, which I assume is an ironic name, well, Diamond is the one who turned this into a big race-baiting, Black Lives Matter, whites are racist story. She's the one who went on Facebook Live saying all this racist shit, and then all of a sudden this was an anti-black shooting for some reason. Before it was streamed live on Facebook, this whole incident could have been some kind of accidental shooting, or it was a justified shooting. We still don't know. But regardless of that, this anti-black racism was nowhere to be found until the black people started to bring it up, because once Diamond made these claims, every black person in the country wanted to believe it. Hell, liberals of every race wanted to believe it. They're all happy to hate on the cops whenever they can. So now we've got a nation turned against its own police, the people who are fucking protecting them. And to put a cherry on top of this bullshit sundae, guess what race the cop was? I'll give you a hint. His name was Geronimo Yanez. Yeah, he's fucking Hispanic, not black or white. So to get this straight, a Mexican cop shoots a black guy reaching for his weapon, and somehow it's white cops being racist to blacks? I don't know how any of that makes sense, but I don't even know if I'm in the real world anymore. All I could say is, that's what we're working with today. Now let's look at a clip from CBS called Minnesota Cop Found Not Guilty in Shooting Death of Philando Castile. Let's check it out.
Today in Minnesota, a police officer was found not guilty in the shooting death of a black driver. Dean Reynolds is following the trial.
You see how when you hear this short setup, no one would think, oh, Black Lives Matter, white supremacy, or fuck the police. Not with this story. The whole situation just sounds like another police beat story, but that's before the women in Philando's life start pouring racism into it. You'll see soon.
It's okay for them to kill us.
As the jury's acquittal sank in, emotions spilled onto the plaza outside the courthouse in St. Paul.
Damn! What is it gonna take? I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am.
Valerie Castile is the mother of Philando Castile, who was shot to death by police officer Geronimo Yanez during a routine traffic stop almost a year ago.
The thing is, I don't think it was really a routine traffic stop. Now, I'm not sure what information was all confirmed or brought up in the court, but first of all, Philando was driving around with a gun in his pocket. That's just a fact. Permit or not, he is armed, and I wouldn't call a cop pulling over someone with a gun in their pocket routine traffic stop. On top of that, there's reports he had a taillight out, he may have been wanted for robbery, and the car supposedly reeked of marijuana, smoking out the car with his kid in the backseat. Real classy. But yeah, besides all those details, totally routine traffic stop.
This city killed my son, and the murderer gets away.
Okay, I really want to give this woman a pass, so I will say, if someone shot my son, I would be pissed and try to blame it on other people too. I would do anything I could to bring down the shooter too. The problem here is that this Philando Castile trial has become bigger than him and his family now. After Philando's girlfriend and his mother and sister here race-baited this situation so hard, well, this shit show basically revived Black Lives Matter last summer, and it most definitely inspired the Dallas shootings, where a racist Black Lives Matter supporter who was buying into this anti-cop rhetoric, well, he bought into it so much he went out and shot some cops himself. And that's why we still need to call out Philando's family, who are still fanning these racist flames. They want a fucking race war, guys. Hell, they're already fighting one against us if you ask me. Tariq Nasheed is an awful Twitter celebrity who has been going off about this shit all week, saying blacks should be arming themselves to fight in the streets. Black people, it's time to fucking chill, bro. Stop being so self-destructive, Tariq. I think think you're forgetting that once this race war does take off, the blacks are probably gonna fucking lose, dude. Let's be honest. Blacks are only 13% of this country, and we gotta face facts here. They're all too poor to buy any weapons. There's enough rednecks in Georgia alone to take out the whole black population of the country. Not that I want that to happen, but I'm just being realistic. I don't think the black people thought this war out.
We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back.
The case gained national notoriety because the immediate aftermath of the shooting was live streamed on Facebook by Castile's girlfriend, Diamond Reynolds.
He was trying to get out his ID.
No one thought this video was suspicious, huh? A cop just shot her boyfriend for not listening to police commands. So this dumb bitch whips out a cell phone and starts streaming it on Facebook? And what's the deal with black people streaming crazy shit like this online anyway? First we had those black kids kidnapping someone in Chicago. Then there was that crazy black guy in Cleveland streaming live. It's just weird. It's like world star hip hop is trying to transition onto Facebook Live or something.
That's Yanez screaming at her with his gun still drawn.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand out.
In the midst of the traffic stop, Castile told the officer he had a firearm. But Yanez insisted on the witness stand that when Castile reached into his pocket, he feared for his life and fired off 7 shots, 5 of them hitting Castile.
Yeah, if I pulled over some sketchy black dude with a weapon, I would feel threatened if he reached for it too. But hey, I'm trying to be more open-minded about this case this time. I know last time I was pretty hard on Philando, but this time around, I can concede that it may have been an accidental shooting or an overuse of force kind of thing. But in no way is this a racist hate crime that proves there's systemic oppression of black people. Not here in America, not even close.
Reynolds said Castile was simply complying with the policeman's request for identification.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license.
John Choi is the Ramsey County prosecutor who charged the policeman with manslaughter.
He went beyond what the law requires. He was compliant, he wasn't resisting, and at the end of the day, this was a traffic stop. Unfortunately, the jury didn't see it that way.
So we got an Asian lawyer and a multicultural jury from what I've heard. And in the end, the cop was found not guilty of manslaughter. This should be the end of this story, but we got dramatic racists in Philando's family still hyping this shit up. Why anyone would take these women seriously is beyond me. They lost their boyfriend, son, and brother. Of course they're gonna be upset. Now I'm not saying it's cool for them to go full-blown racist, but I'm saying I can't understand them thinking that after losing a loved one. What I don't understand or forgive are all these other people who bought into this racist paranoia. And it's not just black people either. Whites and browns have been buying into this Black Lives Matter, cops are racist, fuck white people shit too. And it needs to stop. The way I see it, these anti-white racists are working backwards from their conclusion. They hate whitey and will find any excuse they can to hate on us. This Philando shooting could have just as easily been another accident. I mean, there's literally no evidence that anything about this was racist. Someone got pulled over, the cop saw him reach for a weapon and shot him. All the racist components are purely conjecture, which many have taken as fact by now. But it's not a fact. No, the Philando Castile shooting, much like the shooting of Alton Sterling last year too, they were both just fatal encounters with police that anti-white and anti-cop people like Black Lives Matter used to push their agenda. And the worst part is this shit is working. Not only was there the Dallas shooting, which no one likes to mention along with this, everyone seemed to forget, there's also the growing sentiment in the public. Anti-white racism is so trendy and acceptable, it's making me fucking sick. It's time for all this race-baiting, race war shit to just stop. What do you guys think? Was the Philando verdict of not guilty for the cop? Was that the right one? Who would win the impending race war? Whites, blacks, or browns? I personally think the browns will side with the whites and the blacks will be wiped out in about a week. Comment what you guys think below, and thanks for watching our new episode of No Bullshit. See y'all next time.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
One more thing, I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. We're going to be setting up more videos and live streams very soon. Thanks again.